Today, I'm not gonna give a speech. I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm a simple guy. So I'm gonna have some conversation with all of you guys. Many of us, when we come to these kind of events, we are thinking, we are judging that, oh yeah, this is another event. Oh yeah, I have heard these guys before. Oh, they brainwash you. They talk like this. But here's the thing: if I wasn't open-minded, I won't be standing and talking here. So it is very, very important for you, all of you guys who are listening today, that be open-minded. You don't know which person is going to influence you, who is going to touch you, who will have similar story as your story. In my last 5, 6 years, I haven't missed an event. Very, very important. And that is what I want you guys to take. It's not about selling insurance. It's not about making money. It's about doing something in life. And that is what I'm about to share my experience with all of you guys for next 18 minutes. So as we all know, my topic for today is difference between self-employment versus building a business, and what is the difference. Before that, let me clear this for you guys. The why financial industry. Very, very important to understand that what is the need of what we do. Universe is a great resource, so it's a big world. It doesn't matter you're in North America, you're in Australia, you're in Europe, you're in Asia. It's all part of this universe. And human beings are just smarter than some of the other living organisms in the universe. But here's the thing. Let me tell you this loud and clear. This universe does not give you more than what you deserve. You start using shortcuts, universe will come back in a circle and take it back. You have seen people becoming extremely successful within days, and few years later they are nowhere. But then there's other people like Tesla, like Apple, like Coca-Cola, who put in these seeds in this universe, and they exist for rest of the generations. Which one you want to be? So you need to make a decision that what do I need to do in my life, and what is the need of what I do. Most of us, when we get licensed, we feel like we know everything. That is not true. That is just the starting point. That is the turning point of your life. But from there, after getting into the field, you're gonna make some decisions. So let me ask you, how many years does it take to become a doctor? How many years of academic education? If you look at average age of a doctor, what is the age by the time they finish their PhD? Now it is close to 30, but have you seen any doctor who just goes straight to OR without any practical training? So the biggest failure of our industry is, as soon we get licensed, we want it all. We want all the money in the world. This universe does not give you more than you deserve. You haven't given anything. You haven't found a mentor. You haven't found a coach who is going to help you to become successful. And then it starts hunting you down, and then you get into those lies, and then you start selling with lies, and universe takes it back within 10 to 15 years. So you will see lots of people coming and going, coming and going. But are you here for that? Are you here to be someone? But then there's other people like Jamie Prickett who came into the industry, but they are still here. And keep in mind, if someone talks about our industry or they talk about a licensed advisor, we are not the regulators. Regulators are watching us. There's law, there's provincial law, there's federal law. So you need to have some confidence that I cannot get away doing wrong things forever. Someday I'll be busted if I continue to do wrong things. So which one I want to be? That is number one decision you guys are going to make. The second thing is, it is just like our industry is just like putting in seeds. So when you put in seeds, what happens? What is the outcome? What is the result? It becomes crop. Seeds are this is crop. But what feeds you for rest of the life? Can you survive on seeds or you need crop? That is the whole idea, right? So our Experia business is designed in a way where whatever you do today, if you start training more and more people, it will become a crop. And you guys will see in my rest of the conversation. But beside that, let's understand this. There's lots of negative people in this world, and I was one of them. I was one of the worst negative person out there. The reason is that I had a habit of judging, but that wasn't me. I grew up in an environment where people were like that. That was my mindset. That was written on my subconscious mind from day one. And I used to think about others. I used to talk about others, right? But eventually, with the right environment, you start changing. But here's the thing, lots of people. So here's the funny part. When I first got license, I was so excited. Man, I learned this. Oh man, this is what we can do. Segregated funds have this and that. And I got so excited, I started posting myself on social media. This is back in 2015. So guess what? One of the relative, he he posted a comment. He said, "Charity starts from home." He made a comment. Charity starts from home. It hurt my feelings. But then, because I was in the environment, I let it go. But then, over course of last 5 years, I realized that the rest of the world is charity too. But let me ask you, we have anybody who is East Indian have heard about Pingalwada. It is a organization that helps handicaps and orphans. So kids who are orphan or handicapped, and when they are let go, their parents do not wanna take responsibility. That organization take care of them. Who have heard about Mother Teresa? Everyone. But I always think now those are charities run by generous people like you. If you do not donate, do you think those organizations can survive? How much money of her own Mother Teresa had, or Pingalwada, or United Way, or many other organizations have? But if you want to do something better, charity starts from your house. So I made that comment as a positive note and applied on my family. I said, everything in this world is charity. Even GoFundMe does not run for free. It runs by percentage, they take percentage away. So what is insurance? Insurance is just a money, it is just pooled money. So everyone keeps contributing into it, and people who are working hard, they are recognized, which is their compensation. And rest of the money, if someone needs it, there's money available. That's all insurance is. But what happens is successful people in this world, or you can call them rich bastards, or you can call them whatever you want, they leverage these things. So going further into it, that here is I'm on a journey. So whatever my age is, whether I'm 25, 30, 35, do you think I'm going to be 65 someday? Everyone is going to be 65, right? So I'm on a journey, but how do I know that when I'm 40, I'll be able to work? So you need to start thinking this way, that whether I'm a construction worker, whether I'm a doctor, lawyer, whether I'm Jamie Prickett, whoever I am, I don't know when my time will come. And three things can happen to me. Either I'm going to be out of this world, or I can be ill, or I can be disabled. But then You have some loved ones. You brought this family, which is called kids, into this world. You have a spouse, and how do you feel leaving them struggling if something goes wrong to you? How do you feel that even if I'm a doctor or lawyer and I have a heart attack or stroke or cancer or something, how do I survive? Isn't that charity now? Does not matter how many degrees I got. If something goes wrong, I need money to survive. So that is one thing you guys need to understand, that everything in this universe is charity. But do you want to be part of it, or do you want to be out of it? So if you love your family, if you love your kids, it's your responsibility, then you need to take care of them. And the next thing is, when was the last time you were told by these five major banks or some other professionals that let me help you finding your financial independence number? In a simple way, I'll say that Hina, if you're making 5 grand today, this charity called CPP and OAS is going to give you $1,500 per month after working 40 years. Will you be happy, or you want to continue making 5,000? You want to make 5,000? Okay, then you need to do something different, because otherwise you will be getting 1,500. What do you want? And that is what we do. So as you know, my need is clear. Experier is designed in a way where I'm going to help others. But next thing is, how do I do it? So there's two ways to do it. There's a traditional way, which has been in Canada for 50 years, 100 years. There's some big brands. They are 100-year-old. They have been doing certain things in their way. So companies, these 2, 3 big companies, they are on our platform too, but I won't name them with all due respect. But one thing in common is they target middle class through corporations. So all the group benefits you see, all the pension plans you see are through those companies, but they made millions of bucks by investing people's money into bonds and GICs and you name it. The money does not grow in pension plans. It's very secure funds. Or there's a new way. New way is called Expedia way, where we distribute this knowledge, where people like Jamie who figured it out, where people like Frank or Darren or what I've been trying to do, we figure out first. And Ryan Tong gave a great example. He got 20 years of experience. If he learns how to survive for last 20 years, do you think he can give you wrong advice? Because karma would have taken him out of industry. Andrea Roger won't be growing today if she would have done everything wrong in her life. She would be stuck, or she would be out of the industry. So there's lots of good people, but you need to learn how to leverage them. But this is what happens. So as you guys have heard this quadrant, one is called job, self-employment, and business. Job is, we do not cut a paycheck, so that is not what we do. We start you as a self-employed. We teach you business, but our goal is that you become a business owner, which means owner of Costco does have outlets everywhere in this world, and he does have multiple streams of income coming from Calgary, Edmonton, you name it, Toronto, Las Vegas, everywhere. Do you want income from outlets coming like that? So we do have a system where it's called agency. You start an agency, you give first, and then you get for rest of the life. You learn, someone is teaching you how to get to step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and then you become business owner, which is franchise owner. You learn how to run a franchise, and then you start duplicating. So it is a blessing that in my hierarchy, people like Madhav, who became extremely successful, Raju, Aman, Jag, International students like Jashan, Devinder closed $500,000. International student who does not have a clue, who comes from farming background, all of a sudden moved $500,000 within a month. He's starting to sit with doctors, he's starting to sit with lawyers, and he's only 25-year-old child. Where majority of the child are still learning how to party, these guys are working on their future and building someone else's future. But here's what happens. I have some numbers that if you put in 30,000 worth of business, you are left with $4,200 worth of overrides from first generation. So if you build one ED that gives you 4,200, and in next 5 to 10 years you build 10 of them, what will be your monthly income? 42,000. It's an equal opportunity. So if you want to beat my income, if you want to beat Frank's income, if you want to beat Moro's income, all you got to do is go in the field, find more people who are willing to do it. Don't focus on crap. Focus on like-minded people who are willing to do something in life and start building them. And guess what? How about if you have 20? Our business is designed in a way where monkey see, monkey do. Do you think this ED wants 10 EDs under them? What will happen to their income? That becomes second generation. What did I do to build second generation? Nothing. I worked with my first generation. So when I duplicated Madhav is doing the same thing. And he's building my second generation, second will build third, rest of it's crop. So with this, my time is up. I'm going to give it back to Jamie. I hope this will help you. You are going to decide what do you want. Do you want to stay self-employed? Start working on, how do I find leads? I tell you one thing. If I got a good lead and I can close and make $5,000 there, do you think I'll give that lead to someone? Do I need to? No. Get away from BS and start working on what is the Experior model. With this, thank you very much and see you guys on top.